aka GK Fralin here. Call me Glenda, please. I am just about ready to take a nap. I didn't get to bed until probably around 6 o'clock this morning. For some reason, I was late getting it put together, getting my vlog video all put together last night. And then it wasn't the upload that would stop, it was the converting that would stop. And I don't know why, but finally I got it going and it finished the whole thing. And then it took quite a while to upload. So, one guy was talking, I think it was Danny Duncan on his channel, was talking about how he had like 10, like a speed of 10 bytes per second or whatever they call it, bits per second. But then he found out about fiber optic cables. So we've been hearing cables faster, but I called them and they talked like it was going to run it up a lot faster for every speed we went up. But I'm beginning to wonder. Maybe we should go back that route. Anyway, neither here nor there. So I'm a bit worn out today. I actually had a chance to go get a haircut and I turned it down. Those trips are wonderful. I love them, but they do wear me out the next day. And especially when I stay up till 6 in the morning. So anyway, I slept until about noon. I woke up sporadically, that's the thing. Because Okay, everybody, tonight I'm going to talk about something that is a concern. It's been touched on before, but not in a, well, I can't say I'm a professional. I'm going to a professional site so we can go through these, and I'm going to try and get through them quickly because it's hard. I tried this before and I was almost 20 minutes, so I don't want to sound rushed, but we can discuss them later in the comments. I think that would be a great idea. Okay, the things to not do as a caregiver of someone who is chronically ill. And a chronic illness can be a cancer that takes several years to get beyond, that takes a long time, So anyway, number one, do not shy away from talking to others about being a caregiver. We all want to shoulder our own burdens. It's time to quit doing that. Especially with, and I don't want it to sound sexist, but men, you've been put on this thing your whole life. Most of you, not so much with the younger crowd, but that you're supposed to be the caregiver, the caretaker. You're supposed to be the provider. You're not supposed to, be the one to, well, men do more cooking these days than ever before, but you're not supposed to be the entire package. And there are more dads staying at home and doing that stuff now. But believe me, I know, because I hear from other people, and I still get these little, in my own head, that, that there is a certain gender role. People still talk about gender roles. Okay, bring it to a screeching halt here and just listen for a minute. People who do not share and do not get someone on their side, that a lot of times they end up in a depression, and that is something we don't want. Cops get depressed, healthcare workers get depressed, spouses caring for spouses get depressed. If we do not go out and get someone who can be our sounding board and be understanding, that is not the person we're caring for. I mean, yeah, we need to talk to them too, but this is someone outside that. Okay, do not pretend that everything is like it should be and that you do not have to grieve what you've already lost or what you once had. Come on, guys. And I say that to myself. But let's be real. When our kids leave home, what do they talk about the empty nest syndrome. It's real. They talk about men going through a midlife crisis because they're having to give up. They've realized that their youth is behind them and that they're now, so they try to rediscover that youth. I don't know that women don't do that, but it's a grieving process. That's why those things happen. Because a change in a life is a change in a life. When your child gets married and you cry, it's because they're not going to be, you aren't losing the child, but you're losing your parent-child relationship in the sense that you're not going to be that daily part of their life anymore. So, it's real. Let yourself grieve it. I grieved when I knew I couldn't go out and run around. I was not going to get cured and run around after my grandkids anymore. Okay, do not attempt to be the super caregiver. Do not do that. Don't do it to the person you're helping. You cannot be super mom no matter how hard you try. You cannot be helicopter dad no matter how hard you try. You can't be the husband that is there picking up every little crumb. My husband has got used to my mess, and he'll pick it up once in a while. Come on. I mean, I tried not to, but when you're in this kind of situation, it's messy. And I've always been a little messy, but usually clean my own stuff up. But he does the laundry now. Yeah, but golly, he does get on to me too. And he says, hey, can you pick up your junk? Can you clean that off, please? Nothing wrong with that. I am not broken. I mean, I'm not working as well, but I'm not broken. So don't have to be that super duper unreal, unhuman person. It's just, it frustrates you and it frustrates the person you're taking care of. And it can really frustrate your other loved ones too, because then they feel neglected. Okay. Don't be reluctant to share your difficulties with that person that you're caring for. Hey, if my husband didn't talk to me once in a while, I don't think he talks to me enough about what he goes through with me. I think he walks a little on pins and needles. I don't like that he does. I mean, if he says something and I get a little irritated because maybe I'm in a mood that day, or maybe I'm feeling guilty about having to put that on him, that's not his fault. He should still tell me. And, it's just, it needs to be discussed. Sometimes you need to just, and we're none of us good at this. We're not. You need to set that table time. That's, I guess, what I'm going to call it, because we used to all sit around the kitchen table talking, have family meetings, that kind of thing. Or at least that's what TV would say we do. But it's that family meeting, because you're still a family, even if it's just you and the one other person. Have that sit down talk. This is what happened this week. I really can't do this for you. I have this coming up and I'm not going to be around that day. I mean, that's just like scraping the top kind of things, but there's other things that are more emotional you need to talk about too. But I don't know what your emotional issues are in your particular thing, so I don't want to suggest one. But I don't know. I almost feel like I should, because we can hurt each other's feelings pretty easily. Even if we're not the kind of person who gets our feelings hurt. But, when you get into this kind of situation, you can get your feelings hurt because you don't want to hurt the other person. And that leaves you in a very bad spot. So think about that. Don't be isolated because your partner is, or your spouse or whatever. If you're the caregiver and the other person is housebound, pretty much, don't do it to yourself. Don't isolate yourself. And that is a biggie. My husband still has his job. He's never been one to go out and party and stuff. That's not my husband. Never has been him, even when he was a teenager. But there has to be that time to just be out and enjoy something that you can't just sit around in the house being that helicopter person all the time. And you don't have to think that the other person expects it of you. If they do, you need to have a sit down with a professional who can talk to the person you're caring for, and maybe tell them that they're expecting a little much, because you got to take care of yourself too. Okay, do not neglect your own health. Can't do it, guys. As a nurse, as a woman, I mean, we are like constantly on call. Mother don't get a sick day. Farm wife don't get a sick day. Okay, yeah, I live in agriculture country. Nurses are, we get sick days as far as part of our benefits package. Being allowed to take them is a little different because it's notoriously understaffed in hospitals and nursing homes. And so you better be dang sick. And that's the thing. You do get dang sick if you don't take care of your health. So eat right and, yeah, like I do. But do what you can. This is a very brief synopsis of what needs to be done in a life. I rushed that. I did twice this time when I did it before, and now I'm redoing it because I went way over time. So I am leaving the under the description of the page where it says see more, click on the see more, and down in there you will find the reference to this article, and it's I shut down the site. But anyway, the reference is there for this article. It's in Psychology Today, I think, but it'll have the word psychology in there. Go there and read up on it. Find out about some stuff. Discuss it with a clergy, with your family, with the person you're with. Don't isolate. Don't stop taking care of yourself. Don't helicopter. Yeah, all that stuff that I said in this. But there's got to be a happy medium there. And there's no way I've covered it. No way. And I don't want you leaving here frustrated like I've left you with. Now what? No, don't do that. I can't, I'm not able to do that. I'm just a person in YouTube. I care a lot. I do. And I care about my husband an awful lot. But I can't pretend to live in your life or in your world. Okay, that was kind of a rush. And I think you all know that that's not the end of the discussion. There's comments. Use the comments. If you feel like there's somebody's hand that you can take here and either ask a question or be kind of say, hey, I can identify with you with your comment. You know, you can do that. If they don't want to, that's up to them. You can say, hey, Glenda, I'll do what I can, or I'll point you in a direction. So, I would love it for if you have not subscribed and you like what you see on my vlogs here, and there's a lot of others. Some they aren't all this kind of stuff. Please go and please subscribe, click like. Oh, I need to be liked, but also YouTube looks at that. So, and they look at the number of views and stuff, everything. They look at everything. If you feel like you would want to support me in getting my other projects done so I can get up and running on my better lighting and better camera, all that stuff, there's a link down there for Patreon. Otherwise, like I said, love you. I care about you. And hasta mañana.